Welcome to WTNB Sports. I'm your host, Brian Russell, alongside my usual partners in crime, Danny Bradley and Chris Woods. Guys, glad to see you survived the snowpocalypse of 2015. Everybody okay?
Barely.
Got enough bread and milk?
Barely made it.
All right.
We were down to the last 3 eggs and the last 2 gallons of milk.
Oh, you're the one that got the last gallon of milk. I was wondering.
You finally got to use that shovel that you've had for 4 years.
I did. Your sister's been giving me heck ever since November. You know, oh, why'd you buy a shovel for? And I finally got to use it.
Yeah, I've lived here for, I guess, a year and a half and no shovel purchased yet.
Yeah. He still had snow on his driveway Friday. I was like, you're not going to shovel that? He's like, I don't have a shovel. So, well, hey, lots to talk about tonight. First of all, we got some bills to pay, and WTNB Sports sponsored by Logan and Thompson Law, Ed Jacobs and Associates, and Kyle Motors. Thank you to them. Don't forget to watch Deals Around Town, Mondays at 7 p.m. You want to call in for your coupons. We've got coupons for Kumo, The Spot, Tres Hermanos, Hibachi Express, Marco's Pizza, and coming soon, the Jump Park. So if you can beat Danny and I to the food ones, and if you can beat Chris to the Jump Park, you've got a shot at winning some coupons.
So they wouldn't let us in the jump park?
I think we're over the weight limit.
It would just be a park.
I don't think they have a trampoline big enough for me. They're going to look at me and go, oh, way easy, big guy. Well, like I said, lots to talk about. We got a lot of basketball action to cover, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And, Jay, if you'll roll our first highlight, gentlemen, this was from February 23rd. It was the Bradley Bearettes against the Lady Pioneers at Bradley Stadium, or Arena, I should say, Jim Smitty Arena. And there you see the Bearettes warming up.
And this was the, like we talked to Coach Reuter, this was going to be the start of a tournament that could be 3 games in 4 days.
Right. Right, and this was the very first round of the region. Like you heard Coach Reuter last week talk about, he was a little bit concerned of the schedule that was coming up because of their lack of depth, if you will.
Yep.
Not a very deep bench, but you see the player introductions.
And again, to that point, though, Brian, as he said, you know, while he talked to us, not that wasn't anything against his bench, but he's no seniors on the squad this year.
Right, right.
And mostly freshmen and sophomores.
Right, and then you see Ryan Howard going up for the lay-in and 2 right there. Could have been a foul as well, but you see Howard running the offense right there. And Bradley takes the, jumps out to the quick 4-0 lead right there.
Yep, and the keys to a couple of these you'll see is on the defensive end, which I'm sure Coach Reuter was happy that got them started to go up 10-1.
Yeah, there you see up 10-1 and still coaching. He's not relaxing for a minute. And you see Ryan Howard with the steal and a great outlet pass. An easy 2 for Bradley. Bradley is pretty much in control of this from start to finish.
You see, it was in the first quarter, 23-7. So yeah, Bradley in this game, control over the Lady Pioneers. Couldn't get anything started.
You know, of course, the Bearettes, Ryan Howard, Haley Hughes, Emma Kate Brown, Gaither, Brown, McCree, Morgan, and Davis, all of them got in on the action.
See some fans getting the crowd pumped.
Look at Coach Reuter, your face is a little red there. Up 30-16. He needs to relax just a little bit. We want you to come back next year, Coach. I don't know. After that interview last week, he may go, man, I'm never going back to talk to those idiots again. You see Ryan Howard behind the back right there. She is just so tough to guard out there, Danny.
Yeah, and a true freshman. And this is
Good.
actually her second year to start at the varsity level.
Yeah.
You know, only 14 years old, and she's got a lot of growing to do. But her skills improve as she ages. I'm going to love to watch her play when she gets to be a senior.
It's a good outlet pass there for the finish by number 1.
Yep. Oh, hey. There you go, Chris. You can do that, can't you?
I'd like to see you do that.
At the jump park, he could.
Yeah, give me a trampoline and some padding and some insurance.
And then ambulance on standby. There you see Ryan Howard with the free throw. Bradley up 58-33 with 1:06 left in the fourth. And they would go ahead and just finish out cruising to victory. As you see, the Pioneers just really unable to get anything going all night.
Well, and the good thing here with the Bearcats in this game, the defensive pressure kept the pressure on all night against the Lady Pioneers, but didn't get into the 1-on-1 situation in the second half. Only had, I believe, it ended up with 5 team fouls in the second half. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So great job defensively.
Yeah, I think we have some remarks from Coach Reuter here coming up. We'll listen to him.
Should have been over quicker. Can't be disappointed. Our team's won the elimination game with 22 points. We just made it too hard. We should have been up. The game should have been over at halftime. That may sound very arrogant. Warren County played very hard. They're not a bad basketball team. We just missed too many easy shots in the first half. But proud of our girls. We're moving on semifinals Wednesday night.
So there you go. You heard Coach Reuter after the game talking about the victory and how pleased he was to get that first game out of the way. Pretty much Bradley in control from start to finish, which I think is what everybody expected.
Well, and that's what they had hoped for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think from talking to him too, with his concern being the depth. That was probably a good game to start there, being up comfortably in the fourth quarter, where hopefully he got to rest a few of his starters there for the following night's game.
Yeah, he actually did. He did get to empty his bench, he said, so he was able to play everybody. So that was good. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and when we come back on WTNB Sports, we'll have more basketball highlights and more action. Stick with us.
Have you heard about the new WTNB deals around town? No? Well, then let me tell you all about it. Deals Around Town airs right here on WTNB Monday evenings at 7 p.m. I watch it because it features great local restaurants from right here in our area. And better yet, I can get 25, 50, even 75% off on these places when I just call in and buy a gift certificate. That's right, I just call in during the show and pick from dozens of deals. Rumor has it that WTNB Deals Around Town is growing and growing, so much so that they may be adding another night of savings. I've even heard that they will soon add even more places, and not just restaurants. We're talking kids fun, massages, who knows what will turn up. Remember, it's Monday evenings at 7 p.m. only on WTNB.
Cameron Company Medical Equipment, conveniently located at 175 Sequoia Road in Cleveland, offers a large array of durable medical equipment from power wheelchairs and scooters to walk-in tubs and hospital beds. Cameron Company Medical Center also offers home and portable oxygen systems, diabetic testing supplies, manual wheelchairs, stair and wheelchair lifts, as well as home wheelchair ramps. We also have state-of-the-art portable ramps and carriers for all of your wheelchair needs. We also offer service and repairs for our products and most of your existing equipment if needed. Our friendly and professional staff can take care of any of your medical billing needs. Cameron Company Medical Equipment has become a leader in our industry with a reputation to give the best of everything that we offer. For questions and information, please give us a call at 423-614-5962. Cameron Company Medical Equipment, Sales, Service, and Repair. We make medical equipment affordable.
For over 25 years, Ed Jacobs & Associates has been treating each of our clients like business partners. Finding the right insurance for your employees shouldn't be that complicated or expensive. Receiving quality financial advice for you and your business should be even easier. We treat each client with respect and integrity and handle your situation as if it was our own. Call me today for your own free consultation.
Welcome back to WTNB Sports. Brian Russell alongside Chris Woods and Danny Bradley. Sponsored by Logan Thompson Law, Ed Jacobson Associates, and Kyle Motors. Thank you to them. So, gentlemen, next highlight we got is the Bradley County Bears. Bradley Central. Bradley County,
Yeah.
Sorry, whatever.
Same
difference,
Same
right?
The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears against the Jets from the 24th. So, Jay,
boy.
go ahead and roll the highlights. There you go. Jim Smitty
Have I told you guys how much I love that court? by
I
the way?
love it, too. I want to see it in
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, it is nice.
So there you see the Cumberland County Jets.
A little bit of Carolina blue color going there.
Oh, powder blue and yellow. They look like the Chargers, the San Diego Chargers. You know, one of these days, somebody's going to tear an ACL doing that. I'm just
I
saying.
think people have. Yeah.
There's Cole Copeland, number 10 for Bradley. And you see the other starters right there.
McCurdy.
Yep. So Cumberland County would take the opening tip. And go in there, and you see him working the ball around. You know, Bradley Central's such a tough place to play, Chris, for opposing teams. That arena, the fans feel like they're right on top of you.
Well, it's definitely an advantage, once the tournament starts, as you see a good defense there. They get the ball back and put it in, Cumberland County does. But, it is advantageous to have that as the opening site for your, start of the state tournament there.
Yeah, always an advantage to play at home in front of your home crowd. And you see Cumberland County gets off to the quick lead right there, but Bradley would battle back as Cole running the offense. Nice little pass there. Miss three, and Cumberland County will get the rebound. Good outlet pass in the lay-in. So early on, Cumberland County kind of came out and stunned the Bears. Kind of punched them in the mouth, but Bradley would answer.
You see Cole Copeland going to the hoop and then followed up by number 52.
Yeah. So good lay-in there, good put back by him. And then Cumberland County still running the offense, and Cole missing the three. Bradley unable to get the rebound, and Cumberland County comes out again. Nice reverse. Wow. Nice little reverse.
Man, I like that one. Cumberland County goes up 12-6 early.
Up 6 early.
That was a nice finish.
That was.
I could have made the WTNB top 10 plays.
If only we had that.
We do.
Into the first quarter, you saw Cumberland County up 15-13 against Bradley.
And the students trying to get their team going. And Cumberland County comes out again in the second quarter running. We usually lay in right there. And you have to think the fans a little bit, shell-shocked at this point, not what they expected. Dave C. Bradley able to get the easy lay-in.
Yep, and that's Clark with the finish.
Yep, nice finish by Clark. And so we got halftime with the Bears still down. Good-looking crowd on hand. See the student section rowdy.
Oh, the best thing about the student section right now is they can't throw that baby powder up in the air. Thank goodness.
Chris, how come we don't see the powder at the basketball game?
Oh my gosh, thank goodness.
Could you imagine if that got on the court?
I'm getting old when I'm complaining about things
You
kids
sound
do.
like an old man. Those darn kids with their powder. And you see Bradley up 41-35, able to finally take control here in the third quarter. I think they got a little bit of a butt chewing at halftime about their defense and were able to tighten things down. And you see Cole with a nice rebound up and in for the foul. Yep.
And one.
And then Cole again from the elbow with the miss. And the putback. I'm sorry, that was Cole with the putback.
That was Morgan.
Morgan. That's
Number 44.
53 Bradley. And you see Cumberland County with the outlet, but the big block right there. that hurts in more ways than one right there. You get your shot rejected and you hit the floor.
Number 1 for Cumberland County was tough, though. He had that nice finish in the first half.
Right. And you see the deep three there. Draws Cumberland County within 3, and the fans are uneasy again within Smitty Arena. So Bradley able to go up 7 in the fourth quarter and get the victory. tough fought contest, and I believe we've got some comments from the coach coming up here.
Moms, dads,
Listen.
Get your boys in bed early tonight for me because it's going to be a long week. They played hard. They played good. I'm proud of them.
Say you heard Coach Chuck Clark there. So not really what Bradley and their fans expected, I don't think, the first round of a region game. I mean, you always expect the games to be tough, but I don't think they're expecting it to be quite that tough.
Maybe not quite that tough, but for Coach Clark, probably maybe an air of relief afterwards because you play a close game and kind of get your troops to say, okay, hey, any night, this is
Right.
This is it. Go home if you can't win this one. As we will see a little bit later how well that did play off for the Bradley Bears. But great game, was able to knock down the free throws at the end there to pull away with a 70-63. So Coach Clark, regardless of win is a win, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
And I think anytime, like you said, you can play a close game early on in the postseason, that just prepares you. And Bradley is definitely battle tested moving on from there. So
Yeah, and give credit to Cumberland County, too. They started off in the first quarter really well, took the early lead, and it just took a couple quarters for Bradley to take hold of the game.
Yeah. And you kind of see Bradley's, been there, done that. They've got some older kids on there, some more experienced kids. Cole's only a sophomore, but being able to play last year, I think, has helped him and some of the others. So
Yeah, well, and all of them have another year under their
Yeah.
belt playing to get, with, like we said, talked about Copeland starting as a freshman last
Right.
year. And of course, all he's done is grown. He's gotten both taller and bigger. A lot harder to take the ball away from him now, and as he continues to grow. It's going to be nice to watch him play, too, for the next couple of years at Bradley.
you think he's challenged Big Bro to a game yet over there at Lee?
Be interesting to say. We might could sell tickets for that one.
We'll have to get them in here for a little one-on-one. So, well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and take another quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more highlights. So stick with us on WTNB Sports.
Hi, I'm Samantha Young, Managing Editor of Southeast Crossroads Magazine, our area's newest and free monthly publication. We focus on events, people, and culture of our area. Pick one up at over 200 locations in Bradley, Hamilton, McMinn, Meigs, and Polk counties, or check us out online at southeastcrossroads.com.
I believe that whatever we're facing, whatever difficulties, whatever challenges, whatever obstacles, that this word speaks to that. If you simply just have this word and you read this word and you allow it to sink into your heart, God will speak to you.
The Cleveland Housing Authority's mission is to provide affordable, safe, and sanitary housing opportunities to low-end and moderate-income families. Flexible monthly rental options are available, so contact us today to see if you qualify for premier housing from the Cleveland Housing Authority. Visit www.clevelandhousingauthority.com or call us 423-479-9659.
Hungry for delicious Mexican food at an even more delicious price? Why not OK McGay's? OK McGay's brings you service in the quickest and most delicious manner possible. Come to OK McGay's today, where the food is fast, but it's not fast food.
Here I am, living every doughball's dream. I'm the next Marco's Pizza crust. I'm fresh, made by hand today. Now, my massage. Oh, that's nice.
Our ingredients speak for themselves. Marco's, authentic Italian pizza.
Hello, I'm Brent Winters at the Mattress and Furniture Expo, and I am a local owner. We specialize in mattresses and upholstery furniture, as well as we have a variety of bedroom groups. Anywhere from $400 to $1,000, you can get a mighty fine mattress that's going to give you great support. And so we like to talk about shoes and mattresses. If you're not on your feet wearing a good pair of shoes, you're probably on a sofa or on your mattress, so you want support.
My name is Preston West, owner of Keystone Solutions. We specialize in helping small businesses with their IT needs, whether it's hardware or software or computer issues, servers, networks, kind of anything that's under the IT umbrella. is what we take care of. We want to be it, if you will. When people are looking for IT help, we want to be the person that you call and the person that you think of first.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Welcome back to WTNB Sports. We'd like to go ahead and thank our sponsors. As Brian says, pay the bills. Thanks to Logan Thompson Law, which you may need after some of your comments off the air. Ed Jacobson Associates and Kyle Motors. And also don't forget to watch Deals Around Town Mondays at 7 p.m. You can get all sorts of great deals. I know you guys probably call in with different names every Monday, but we got Kumo, Spot, Trace Hermanos.
My daughter's favorite, Hibachi Express. She loves Hibachi Express. So, you okay
Marco's Pizza, and of course, Brian and Danny's favorite, the Jump Park.
Coming soon.
Hey, we have to call them for different names because Jay won't let us buy the coupons. So we got to trick him somehow.
He won't buy us food. So.
No. I mean, like
he knows better.
Like we need it, right? All right, let's get into our next highlight. It is going to be from February 23rd, and this was the second region game. It was the Lady Cavaliers against the Walker Valley Lady Mustangs. So let's get that at the stable. Yep. There you see Walker Valley preparing.
Cookville Lady Cavaliers.
I'll tell you what, in Cookville, very good team. This was a tough matchup for the Mustangs right here.
Oh, that's what's unfortunate. Cookville coming out of their division as one of the lower seeds, losing. So, but yeah, you're right. All of those teams there that Cookville comes out of, they're tough.
Right, there you see the rest discussing before the game where they're going to eat afterwards. Like, let's hurry up and get this one over. I'm hungry. Oh wait, that's if I was reffing. Never mind.
Oh boy.
So there you go. You see the opening lineups. Good crowd on hand for the Lady Mustangs. Of course, Walker Valley always draws well. Doesn't seem to matter what sport it is. They got great fan support. You see number 42, DJ Mallory.
Ready for the tip-off.
Yep. And Cookville would control the tip. And they would shoot the three early and
start off.
nail it from way downtown.
Yeah, there was no hesitation all night long for Cookville in this game.
You see Kat Alomar with the ball. She controls that offense so well. And Danny, only a junior, if I am correct.
Yeah, I believe that's right. Just a junior of Walker Valley with only 3 seniors. And I say only, when you compare it to the Bearettes with 0 seniors. But, 3 seniors on the squad, but all 3 contributing. So
there you see Walker Valley up 5-3 early in the first quarter, 5 minutes left.
A little full court press they put on after the score there.
Yeah. Yeah, Coach Tucker, he does a good job of coaching up the Mustangs. You see Cookville with the inside miss, and there's Alomar again running the offense.
They didn't have many misses after that one.
No, they didn't. There you go, the lay-in right there. I believe that would tie the game at 13 with 8 minutes left in the second quarter, or start of the second quarter right there, I should say.
The Lady Mustang cheer squad.
Yeah.
Get the fans pumped up.
Yeah, they always do a great job. There you see Coach Tucker. And there's Alomar again running the offense. She just dishes that ball out so well and hits White for the 2 points.
Yeah, this was a back and forth game all game long. So See the errant.
The miss, but White with the rebound and the lay-in. And the foul, I believe. Walker Valley was down 7 in the third quarter. You see Alomar losing the ball, but Walker Valley able to get it. 3 no good.
Well, Walker Valley kind of went cold in the third quarter, and they were able to capitalize on the Mustangs' misses.
Yep. The ref's going, hey, I'm not part of the game. Easy.
If he's on the court, he's part of the game.
Yeah. Wouldn't you just love to see a ref catch one time and just drain the 3?
Cookeville did a good job, I think, exploiting, some of the height advantage they had, Danny, throughout the game. We saw a number of good entry passes by Cookeville against Walker Valley.
Not just the height, but also the width.
Yeah.
I mean, Cookeville was very physical inside, which is something that Walker Valley, playing against Cleveland, playing against the Bearettes and Bradley, all 3 teams like to get up and down the court. But, Cookeville likes to bang it inside.
And you saw great ball movement by the Lady Mustangs, and Peyton Davis able to put it in, but Cookeville able to go right back down inside. Like we said, the height advantage really paying off for the Lady Cavaliers.
Well, they put their bigs in very good positions with those entry passes. Cookeville did.
Right.
See, that one rolled off for Walker Valley, stayed on the rim there for about 2 seconds.
And then you see a 3 there by Cookeville. And then they would just kind of kick into high gear right there. The lay-in no good. Emily Spann bringing the ball up the floor.
They cut the lead down to 7 now.
Right.
For that 3-pointer. Cookeville strong inside. There you go, another one.
Yeah, once your big girls catch the ball down there on the post, it's about impossible to stop. And there's a foul by Cookeville. Cookeville's coach couldn't have been very happy right there with that foul.
1st and 10.
Yeah. That's a nice takedown. And you see the game starts to get a little chippy there at the end, some rough fouls. And the Mustangs would fall 47-41 to Cookeville. So, tough loss right there.
So, nice job for the Lady Mustang season, but unfortunately comes to an end against Cookeville. So, congratulations, Lady Mustangs, for a strong season. Enjoyed watching them play all year long, and it just couldn't make it up against those biggins inside, as one of our friends would say, Tim King.
Yeah, it's a good season for the Lady Mustangs. Obviously, not the way they wanted to end it, but nothing to be ashamed of. They had a great year, and like you said, only lose 3 seniors next year, so or this year. So next year should be back and strong, able to challenge Bradley for a district title.
Yeah, and so if we could just talk about or list out the seniors too and congratulate them on the career that they had. I think you had number 4.
Yeah, number 4, Cox. She is a senior. Jacqueline Griffith. She is a senior. Kaylee Davis and DJ Mallory are all seniors. Actually, 4 seniors there. So congratulations to them. A great career at Walker Valley. And next year, Kat Almar's back. That's huge. Peyton Davis, Caitlin Lane. So nothing to be ashamed of for the Lady Mustangs.
Be looking forward to next season. Of course, as a coach and as a player that's coming back, that's what you got to do. Take a day to reflect, and then the second day, let's look forward. So, time waits for no man or Lady Mustang.
Good correction there, Danny.
I tell you what, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and when we come back, more WTNB sports, more basketball highlights. Stick with us.
My name is Hannah Davis, and I am the founder of the Body by Hannah fitness brand, as well as the fitness expert for Cosmopolitan magazine. When you work with me, you can rest assured that I'm going to take very good care of you. I've worked with clientele of all different fitness levels, all different ages. I'm able to meet a client where he or she is fitness level-wise and really help them grow and take them to the next level. When you choose Body by Hannah, you're choosing experience. You're getting a trainer that is highly certified and highly qualified. And you can contact me at bodybyhannah.com. If you don't use it, you lose it. So I really want to encourage everybody to get out there and get fit for a long, quality life.
Have you heard about the new WTNB deals around town? No? Well, then let me tell you all about it. Deals Around Town airs right here on WTNB Monday evenings at 7 p.m. I watch it because it features great local restaurants from right here in our area. And better yet, I can get 25, 50, even 75% off on these places when I just call in and buy a gift certificate. That's right, I just call in during the show and pick from dozens of deals. Rumor has it that WTNB Deals Around Town is growing and growing, so much so that they may be adding another night of savings. I've even heard that they will soon add even more places, and not just restaurants. We're talking kids fun, massages, who knows what will turn up. Remember, it's Monday evenings at 7 p.m. only on WTNB.
My name is Dr. Chris Palmer, and I think we at Tennessee Valley Bone and Joint stack up very well to the things that you would otherwise have to travel maybe to Knoxville or Chattanooga or even to Atlanta to get that same good combination of training and experience.
5, 3, 2, 1.
It's a stare off. Who's bringing us back? Welcome back to WTNB Sports. Brian Russell alongside Danny Bradley and Chris Woods. Sponsored once again by Logan Thompson Law, Ed Jacobs and Associates, and Kyle Motors. I may need Ed Jacobs and Associates after tonight.
Yeah.
Help me with some.
I think you almost said just Ed Jacobs and his one associate.
Don't forget again to watch Deals Around Town Mondays at 7 p.m. for great coupons. Call in to Kumo, Spot, Trace Hermanos, Hibachi Express, Marco's Pizza, and the Jump Park coming soon. So,
Man, I could use a Patriot burger from the Spot right now, right? And a milkshake.
Oh, milkshake would be
boy.
good. Man,
I'm hungry.
Jay,
let's
we
get
need
through these,
milkshakes
let's get
in the
through these
studio.
highlights and get.
All right, February 27th, Friday night. Lady Warriors against the Bradley Bearettes. And this was at Ottawa High School, snowy Ottawa High School. To see some of the snow melting, and our cameraman Robert was on top of the action as always. Thank you, Robert.
Freezing cold outside with some hot basketball action inside.
Hey, him and Jay don't mind filming these highlights now. It's like not like football when it was cold out there.
Oh, yeah.
Freezing towards the end. They probably wish the AC was on half of the time. So you see the opening tip. And being controlled by the Warriors, the Lady Warriors. Bradley, you'll see in the highlights, get some people in foul trouble very early, which, you know, as Coach Reuter said last week, was one of his main concerns with his short bench that he has.
And I can't imagine, too, and this is not an excuse for any team, really, because everybody had to deal with it, but the scheduling that changed, right? And I think it changed from even when Coach Reuter was here with all the snow days and cancellations we had.
Right.
Because, you know, we have 6 inches of snow.
Yeah.
Like that.
And there you see Bradley down 7-0 early in the first quarter, and Coach Reuter's got that red face going on, yelling and screaming. And
We need to make sure not to make him mad in studio.
I know.
It's called coaching.
I'm glad
Yeah.
I didn't see that face. Barretzo would respond. You see a couple quick baskets.
3-pointer and a tough basket inside, and Bradley puts the lead 10-5.
That was number 1, Haley Hughes, the putback. But then Lady Warriors from way downtown for 3. And the officials would call this game very, very tight. I was actually listening to it on the radio from coming back from Chattanooga, and the radio announcers were complaining the whole time. They see Haley Hughes up there for 2 about the tight calls that seemed to go mostly against Bradley. 15-9, the Bearettes down. But Ryan Howard able to get the bucket and the foul, the traditional three-point play. One thing that really hurt Bradley in this game is the free throw shooting, which all year has kind of been a strength for them, but kind of betrayed them as we got into the overtime period.
Ryan, Coach Roder was talking about when you saw Ryan there posting up inside. It's one of the things he talked about with us, that she could play point or she could post up inside, and they used her all night long, all over the place there for the Bearettes. They will finally tie it at 19 all.
Yeah, Bradley was 11 of 19 from the free throw line for the game. So, you're saying 8 misses, well, that's not that bad. But some of those came in the overtime period that we'll see here in a little bit. It's really hurt.
Good Howard, Ryan Howard pass to Haley Hughes.
Yeah, those two have very good chemistry. There you see Lady Warriors able to answer right back.
Three-pointer.
Yep, Howard for 3. I'm not really sure how she got that wide open. How do you lose track of her on the floor?
Another turnover, but the Bearettes cost them a chance inside. And let's see here, nothing pay. Another three-pointer. Nope.
I'm no ref, but yeah, that could have been a foul.
Yeah. I said they were calling the game tight, but mainly a lot of those calls went against Bradley.
And in this game, every possession mattered, as we'll see towards the end.
Right.
And the Bearettes down 9 going into the fourth quarter.
Right. Well, actually, yeah, they were up 38-24 with 2:28 left in the third.
Yeah, they were up 9, and this is when the opposing team mounted a comeback. And this is kind of what you talked about, Brian, finishing off the game and hitting those free throws too.
Right, yeah, Bradley Central was, they missed actually 3 of 4 from the free throw line that first overtime, which really hurt them. And you see the fans not really.
52 seconds. Yeah, 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and Bradley's up 3.
There was Mr. Copeland in the stands supporting the Bearettes. Of course, his daughter is now a Florida Gator. And there you see tied 52-52 with 18.1 seconds left in the fourth, and Bradley would go to the line. And able to hit the free throw.
Last seconds of regulation and score left.
Yeah.
The ball game.
54 all at the end of regulation.
So what Coach Reuter did not want to see, overtime, happened, and there you see the Lady Warriors able to hit their free throws. Like we said, Bradley missed 3 of their 4. And you see the one make right there by Ryan Howard. And then the turnover right there. And the ball would go out of bounds. First overtime's over, 55-55.
Give the fans their money's worth.
Yeah,
hey, why not?
And you guys saw only each team only hit 1 free throw in that overtime. That was the only score in the overtime.
Yep.
So here we are on the second OT.
Wright County, the Warriors did come to play.
Yeah, that they did. And Haley Hughes would end up fouling out, which really hurt them. And
White County brought a large contingent of fans with them too.
Yeah, they did. They had a good crowd on hand.
Also, I don't think we said this was at Ottawa where the game was played.
Right.
So Ryan Howard knocked down the jumper there to pull the Lady Bearettes within 4 with 37 seconds left.
So Ryan Howard would take the ball down the floor, try the 3, and it's good.
Splash.
So now you see Bradley down 2 with 25.3 seconds left. And now they're going to try to get the quick steal.
Touchdown.
What a risky pass there, too.
It was very risky. See the outlet pass, and that was it. So Bradley would fall in double overtime, 64-60. So tough way for Coach Reuter to lose. And he said after the game, he prepares his team for every situation. He does not ever prepare a last speech, if you will, for the game. He said he never has. He said he's not good at them anyway. But it's definitely a tough loss for him. He said, hey, I've been fortunate. You can't win the region every year. And he said, my first 4 years, we won region. He said, it's hard for me to be upset right now. He said, especially with no seniors, you got everybody coming back. So,
well, they learned to gel at the when he said, summer practice and camps and going through that and started to gel as the season started, only lost one district game. They're going to be fun to watch for the next few years.
Yeah, you got to love that tandem too. I know you said Haley Hughes fouled out in that game, which probably hurt them on the offensive end. But Ryan Howard and Haley Hughes going forward the next couple of years.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at that game, it was kind of a game of runs a little bit. Bradley started off, down 10, in the first quarter. And then they were down early in the second quarter, 13-9, but were able to come back and build a 38-24 lead with 2:28 left in the third quarter. And at that point, I'm listening to it on the radio. I'm like, oh, Bradley's got this. And give credit to, the Lady Warriors. They didn't quit. They came back. So on the game for Bradley, Ryan Howard had 23, Haley Hughes had 13, Emma Kate Brown had 13, Gaither had 6, Kate Brown had 3, McCree had 2, and Morgan and Davis were also able to get in the books. Pretty good effort on the Bearettes. I would say great effort, great season, and just spooky to think how they're going to be next year.
Yeah, like we said with Walker Valley, congratulations to the seniors and thank you. For the Bearettes, we have no seniors. So
right. Yeah, it was really, from talking to Coach Reuter last week too, it was the perfect storm for him, right? Mm-hmm. It was all these games and games being canceled and then rescheduled, and at one point they were going to have to play 3 and 4 days, which they ended up not having to do, obviously. But double OT, when one of your weaknesses as a team, which is depth, what you're worried about, if you have people foul out, go into double OT, those are the things that you do not want to see. And obviously it's got to be a bitter taste for the team right now. Like you said, Danny, take the next day, recover, and then start working towards next year, because they were so close and they had that game in control in the end.
Well, and hopefully that's what the Bearettes or the players, that's what they're going to say. We were this close. Yep. And each of them individually, each individual part makes a team, but each of those, what could I have done to done something just a little bit different? You come back next year, you grow, you learn from those mistakes. This is a team that made it almost to the finals.
They won't forget this game.
Someone that is not, with no seniors whatsoever, and comprised mostly of freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah, I guarantee you, up 9 next year in the tournament, they're not losing this game.
Yeah.
No way
They'll
with
use
this experience.
As motivation.
Yeah, with all those young kids, may have never been in that position before. They will not lose a game like this next year.
No.
There's just no way. Not with the experience they have. They just have too good of players.
Yeah.
And with the experience, that's really all, like he said, all they were lacking, right?
Yeah.
So, and this is the first year that Ryan Howard, when we asked him to, has played with any of the other girls. Mm-hmm. So can you imagine to have a whole summer of playing together?
Exactly.
Right?
Well, let's go ahead and roll our next highlight, and that was the Stone Memorial Panthers against the Bradley Bears in the second half of the region final. There you see the Bears.
And where are they playing at?
Ooltewah.
There you go.
Ooltewah.
The barn, I believe they call it.
Yep.
Well, you screwed that up in football season, so I just want to make sure we got the right one.
No
well, we couldn't figure out what
here tonight.
BRN meant. Thought it was barn. There you see Cole getting the Bears going early. The quick 3.
Bradley with the defensive rebound. They're going to come back and look for the three-pointer again and nail it.
Boom.
Outside.
Up 9-5 after 1. It's a low-scoring quarter right there, 9-5.
Almost like a baseball game.
Yeah.
There you see the finish by McCurdy.
Right. And Bradley had it going early. Both teams similar colors right there. white, black, and gold.
Nice outside shot puts the Bears up 21.
I believe that was Clark for 3 there.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I guess this wasn't the region final. This was the region semifinal.
Semifinal, right. Got to win this game to guarantee, obviously, going on.
Right.
We'll get to that later in the show, obviously.
Oh, yes. We have an epic rant by Chris coming up, so stay tuned. Here you see Stone Memorial able to knock down the 3, and then Bradley continuing to work the ball around as they do so well. And the deep 3 right there.
That was Tucker Maroon for 3.
Stone Memorial comes right back. And then Cole with the steal and able to lay it in. For 2.
Bradley stayed in control of this game from the opening tip, as we saw with the score by Copeland and 3-pointer by Clark.
Yeah, this one really was never in doubt, I would say, for Bradley. I like the little upper deck right there, if you will, at Ooltewah. The little track that people can stand on.
We're heading into the fourth quarter. Bradley 35-23 with the lead, and they won't let up.
Yep, and you saw McCurdy there with the bucket. And then Copeland with the offensive rebound and putback.
Yep, good job by him. Yeah, that's Coach Spangler on the bench right there.
Nice job by the Bears. Moving on, 49-28 victors.
Easy 21-point victory, and let's listen to the coach afterwards.
It wasn't not a very pretty game, but you know it was a win. And at this time of year, you take any win and go on to the next game. So I'm glad that we're going on to the next round.
Excellent. And is there anything that you'd like to say to the families?
The families, our families, thanks for having your kids. They're, for the most part, they're young men of character and integrity, and they have a will to win, a strong will to win. It's the DNA of Bradley Bear basketball.
So there you go. You heard Coach Chuck. Could we get Coach Chuck Clark to smile, please? I mean, you just won by 21, and he looks like he's going off to face the firing squad.
I'm going to tell you the same thing when I'm out there watching you coach Brady's, your son's
I guarantee if we win by 21 in baseball, I will smile.
I don't think so. Danny and I have both been at those games. And,
Chris, what do I do? What do I do in baseball? Got the head shake on, yep.
Let's move on to the finals.
The White County Warriors against the Bradley Bears in the region final. Jay, roll the highlights. Wait, we were just here, weren't we? Back at Ooltewah High School. And this was from last night. So White County, yes, Danny, don't look at me. It was from last night. Don't argue with me.
We're looking at the region finals, so no matter what happens in this game,
both teams go.
Both
Chris
teams
loves that format.
Continue on in the tournament.
Chris, ladies and gentlemen, loves this format.
So other than seeding, Danny, what's this game for?
Pride.
Pride.
Yeah, pride.
Pride.
Right, Danny?
Pride, sportsmanship.
Exactly.
What's some other?
Get
Integrity.
All your kids to play.
Right, integrity, right?
Teaching the kids to play life and sports the same way.
Could you guys be leading into something later on?
Didn't the great Herm Edwards say,
you
play to win the game?
So here you go, Bradley. This was going to be a tough fought contest from start to finish right there. You see Cole with the rebound and the putback right there, but nope, waved off the traveling call.
Yep, McCurdy gets the ball taken away from him. And the finish?
Nice little lay-in right there.
Leave the floor.
So White County, boom, from three-point range. Both White County's teams, men and women, had a great region tournament.
Yeah. You get away with ending of this game. But
no, but I just said great tournament.
No, that's one the Lady Warriors won.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, great. Congratulations to them. You see Bradley down 9, or I don't know, were they home team in this one? Yeah, they were home team, up 9-5.
And so that was a scoreboard, so let's play to win.
There you go. This is an upwards basketball. They do actually keep scoring this. Maybe that's the key, guys. Maybe we should just get ready to score during this play.
Oh boy.
We played with this game.
Nice little play-in right there. A little floater.
I believe that's Cordell Henderson too. We're going to see him in a little bit go off.
You see Bradley able to hit the deep three, up 10 early on. The Bears had it going on, 19-9. See Bears out there on the break.
Yep, McCurdy with the steal
Nice
and the give.
And we might need to get some of these guys for our WTNB.
Lead? Oh yeah, we do.
I think you and I.
There's
Dan,
Morgan.
might have about 3 minutes. In this.
Yeah, there's Morgan for 3. We just saw.
Yeah, we got a good 3 minutes.
You know, and the Bears actually, have the advantage of playing Ottawa earlier in the year. They've played here; they're used to the surrounding. Whereas White County, comes in not really used to the gym.
Yeah, you saw Tucker Maroon with a good jumper there off the dribble.
The game goes back and forth. Bradley and
Yeah, and you can see Bradley's up 10 points here, nearing the end of the first half.
Right, there's a deep three by White County.
To inch a little closer when they go into halftime.
You see both teams showing a little bit of fatigue right there, and there's the Barrett cheerleaders.
And here's the aforementioned Cordell Henderson. He scores
he called his
the
own
first
foul.
16 points of the second half.
He did call his own foul.
For White County. He scored their first,
Their first 16
yeah,
points.
their first 16 points in the second half.
You see Bradley up 7 to start the third. And then this is where White County, I believe, will make a little bit of a run.
Yep.
There's that man you talked about, Chris.
Cordell Henderson right there. He has some nice moves, Danny, for sure.
Hey, that was a nice spinning move inside for the easy deuce.
You see him able to draw back to within 2. He's able to draw White County back. And a deep 3.
Yeah, and it was a combination of Cordell Henderson going off and Bradley at the time just not being able to buy a bucket. So you can see at that point they're down 4, 38-34.
Right.
We should mention, too, this is the same guy that scored 42 points against Stone Memorial earlier in the season.
Wow.
So he has the scoring ability when they need to go to him.
3-point cuts the lead, 39-38 for the Warriors.
See, up 5 with 2:16 left in the fourth.
And this was when White County started to take control and pull away for a slightly bigger lead as the game was wrapping up.
3-pointer by the Bears.
See some fingernail biting going on by the White County fans.
Well, Bradley's not going to give it up.
And you saw some defense there.
Yeah. That was a little bit of a lead. So
Get that out of there. That's what I would do to Danny and Brian on a basketball court right there.
Bradley down 3 with 24.8 seconds left, and Cole's going to come down for the 3 just off the front rim. Able to get a rebound. Was he fouled?
Well, I know what I think, but I know what the referee didn't call.
We would have called it a foul.
Don't think he hit the floor on his own accord, but that's just me.
There you see White County able to get the 53-45 victory. Tough fought win for White County. The Bears, nothing to be ashamed of. Great run throughout the region tournament. And like we said, thank you to that format where the top 2 teams advance. They will go on to sub-state.
Yep.
And that will be played Monday night?
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. And they will go to Blackman.
Yes. And Blackman in their region just number 1 or 2 of the top 5 scorers in that region, and top rebounder, top person in steals, top person in assists. It's going to be a tough task for the Bears.
What you're saying is they're good.
They're good.
They're good. And that is in Murfreesboro, if
correct.
Right?
Yes.
Right. All right. So, Bears fans, Tuesday night, make the trip out there, Murfreesboro, and watch your team. So, This has been coming all show.
Well, before we go there, I did want to say, because you mentioned Brooke Copeland earlier in the broadcast, I wanted to say congratulations to Brooke Copeland and the Copeland family. She was named to the SEC Community Service Team for all of her service hours while down at the University of Florida.
Right.
And as a freshman, great award for her to be nominated in a group of all of the other SEC basketball players. But congratulations, and just I know it means a lot to the Copeland family, so thank you. Also means a lot for Bradley County, because that's just the type of high school athletes that we put out.
Yeah, I was going to say, it just shows the kind of quality people, young men and young women that come from this area. And she's a great girl. Her mom and dad obviously did a good job of raising her. And we'll try to get her and Rebecca Reuter on the show here in a couple weeks when they come back after the season's over.
Hopefully longer than really shorter.
Yes, hopefully longer. We talked about the format right there. The top 2 teams go. Early last week, there was 2 teams from the state of Tennessee that kind of made the news. I mean, and I say news, they made national news as being on Mike and Mike and His and Her on ESPN. And Chris, I know you've been dying to talk about it, so go ahead. The floor is yours.
And I won't go on too big a rant since we only have about 2 minutes left in the show. I see what you guys did to me. You left me only 2 minutes, so I wouldn't talk.
No, we wouldn't do that.
So we talked about on the show many times that I have an issue with the TSSAA format where you can make it to the finals of the regional, and then you're automatically eligible, even if you lose, you go to state.
Right.
So we talked about it in wrestling a few weeks ago.
Right.
We talked about it with Coach Reuter last week and asked his opinion, and his opinion was it is what we have.
And
right?
2 days after we had Coach Reuter on, what happened?
In the finals, it was in the finals of the regional.
Right.
Between Riverdale and Smyrna, which is 2 of the powerhouses that we talked about with Coach Reuter.
Not weak teams.
No. Right, and we're not talking about teams that have 10 losses. We're talking about 2 teams that had maybe 6 losses each.
Yes.
No, combined.
Two teams that were expected to be there. And what they did was make a mockery. And I won't say, obviously it's just not the kids, the coaches. They made a mockery out of high school sports by attempted to throw the game. Both teams.
They did.
Both teams attempted to throw the game because it was the exact thing, the scenario we talked about, that with wrestling, right?
Oakland.
We said, what if a team tries to throw it because they don't want to play a powerhouse?
Right.
They don't want to play the number 2 seed in an area. They don't want to play a number 1 seed. They don't want to play a particular team, and they can throw it. And we talked about it, and we said, hey, this is high school sports.
Integrity.
No teams would do that. You have integrity. You're too young to be tainted by adults, like the coaching staff for Smyrna and Riverdale.
Real quick, for those of you who don't know what happened, they threw the game so they wouldn't have to play Murfreesboro, Oakland. The refs go over in the 3rd quarter and say, if you don't stop playing, we're going to get the TSSAA in here. Smyrna goes on a 23-point 4th quarter run, wins the game. Both teams, both coaches suspended for the rest of this year, and both coaches suspended for next year, cannot coach. But both teams are ineligible for postseason this year and will be on probation next year.
And we'll wrap the show with this, which makes us really, really, really proud to be in this area and to talk about the things that we just talked about with Brooke Copeland, the community service that she does. You should be very proud of your community because we don't see this type of thing going on.
We're not throwing games.
Right.
All right, another show in the books. WTNB Sports, Brian Russell, Danny Bradley, Chris Woods. Thank you. Thank you to our sponsors. Tune in for us next week, same time, same channel.